Hi, it's Friday, April 10th. You've got the corporate marketing team here. I'm going to show off some of our awesome results for this week, starting off with Emily.
Yay. Okay. So I'm actually really proud. Emily Chin created the first script. Oh my goodness, words. First script for the Universal Remote web, as we're calling it, web weekly webcast. And so I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So yay for Emily. You can read it in the issue. And then the next thing is we finalized plans for virtual contribute. This is something we've been kicking the can down the road for a while of like the event's been canceled and we're all bummed out. So how do we recover? So we finally have a date on the calendar and we are ready to go. We have a structure in place and we even picked out a tool. So that's really exciting. I'm also really excited about Hopin generally because it ties back into the agility project that we're all working on, and we kind of need a tool to fit doing like larger conferences for 500 people or more. So this will be a good chance to use this out. Then we also, for Contribute, got professional services to commit to doing 4 training and certification sessions, which is awesome. We've never worked with that team before, so it was a little bit to get it over the line, but really excited about what collaborating with them and what they're going to offer. So working on getting that up on the landing page. And then we also finalized the virtual commit date. So August 26th, it's happening. We're doing it with MediaOps/DevOps.com. So really happy that that is on the calendar now.
Awesome. So much to look forward to. Darren, you're next.
Sweet. I'm up next. So the first ever Remote Lab newsletter went out this week to almost 6,000 people, which is kind of insane. So that was pretty amazing to see that come together. Pretty much every facet of the business worked together to bring that together. It's with an all new design as well. So the design team spun up a new design, so it's visually distinctive from the standard ongoing GitLab newsletter. So pretty thrilled about that. And we already have issues for the next, I think, 6 weeks ahead. So we're going to get on a similar rotation to the standard newsletter. I think the biggest thing in my world was the standing up of the GitLab for Remote Teams Solutions page. I think this has been much asked for and much needed, and it helps us be bolder about saying, hey, this is how GitLab uses GitLab. Here's a solutions page. If you'd like to learn more, let me know. It's not overly opportunistic, but it's good that it just exists. It gives people a heads up that we actually do use this, and we've seen great early responses in sharing this with CEOs and team leaders. Yeah, thank you for sharing. So the MVC on that went up this week, and it looks awesome. Yep, exactly.
Hey, Darren, who else helped with this that we can shout out to?
Good grief. All of Shane's team, Brandon Lyons, Stephen Carpeles, Monica, and Vic, for sure, all worked together. William Chia was hugely influential in this. Becky was essential, as well as Jessica, probably some other people. Todd in kind of lighting the fire to make it happen. And a bunch of people have jumped on board to help evangelize this. I know a lot of SDRs and people in alliances have been sharing this. So it's awesome to have that. And I've actually added it into the talk track on the teaching others to go remote section of the handbook. So moving on from that, we've got a new all remote guide, and it's on collaboration and whiteboarding. I love this for a couple of reasons. One, it was a hot topic. We get this question a lot. How do you collaborate and whiteboard remotely? So now we have an all-encompassing, awesome, thank you for the screen share. We have an all-encompassing guide. And it also, at the very top, weaves in a 4-part blog series from our UX and design team. They put up 4 amazing blogs on Unfiltered. And so then I packaged them into this guide. So now they also live here, and they help substantiate everything that's below it. The big thing about this was the first all remote guide that was stood up that wasn't just me writing it. So I'm so excited that we were able to do this. Like, someone else could understand the vision and take it and run with it and get it stood up. It was a great collaborative effort. Erica and Breen were huge in this, as well as the entire UX and design team, because they provided the blog post where all of this was spun up. And then 13 new webinars, webcast panels, media interviews, and analyst inquiries on remote this week. which is amazing. The amount of inbound interest in this and the opportunity for us to educate on this is really big. So I'll stop there. Thanks for the screen sharing. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Over to Erica.
Well, I'll jump in next. So first big thing that we got done was the finalized MVC draft for the Remote DevOps ebook. This is a pretty big deal for me and my team who worked on it. My whole team, honestly, are recovering perfectionists who, if you let us take 4 months to write something, we're going to labor over every single word. And we turned this around super quick. And I had a moment earlier this week where I was like, oh, if I just had one more day, I could make this that much better, and kind of dialed that back and was like, nope, I'm just going to do a quick review. We're going to send that and we're going to MVC this. So really exciting that for the first time ever, I think my team really rallied around an iterative approach to writing an ebook in this way. So that's exciting that that's done. We also completed the last copy iteration of the remote playbook, which is also exciting because we've done a lot of iterations on that. So that's officially out there in the world as it is. Another huge thing this week was securing the vendor and content plan for all remote content creation. We have a vendor, we have a plan of what we're going to create. It's going to cascade into some other content that we're going to create internally. Really help just kind of organize what our plan for April is going to be. And the most exciting part about this is I found a vendor who's going to attempt to execute on our crazy plan in the month of April, and it's a lot, and they're going to move really fast, and we're going to do it. So also exciting. Surya and my team published the 15 Git tips to improve your workflow. This whole blog post we've been planning for months, honestly, trying to figure out the right angle, and it was at one point we didn't even think we were going to do anything. So I'm really excited that they got something out, and it's doing really well. It's the #1 post for the month so far, and has gotten really good traction in just 3 days. And finally, kind of in the same vein of moving really quickly and not laboring over every single word that we love to do, we also have 2.5 infographic copy drafts done. Vanessa has completed 2, and I'm halfway through the 3rd one. So we're going to turn those over to design next week and finally start to have some really good, I think, very awareness level social assets to start driving people to more of our remote content.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Sounds like a great week.
Okay. So this week, the corporate comms team pulled together our March report that just showed what we were able to accomplish in March towards our KPIs. So one thing I want to say is we were included in 104 media articles in the last 30 days. Remote coverage increased by over 760% in the month of March. And in terms of all GitLab coverage in the month of March, 43% was remote work focused. So just want to pause, thank everybody, Darren, everybody who was involved in these interviews. Just amazing, amazing numbers. So thank you guys. Some other numbers I just want to highlight is we increased business press articles by 55%. We were mentioned in 152 articles in the month. We increased EMEA coverage by 1.5 times. We increased global coverage, so this includes Australia, Japan, and Korea by 67%. Our key messages were DevOps, remote workforce, and security. We placed 4 contributed thought leadership articles. And part of our strategy is to expand our speaker list. So we used 13 spokespeople, which is an increase by 4 in the month, which is great. It really shows the breadth and depth of the knowledge of our team members. And against our main competitor, we had 52% share of voice while they had 48%. So those are just some top line ones. We conducted 23 briefings with key press that are on our relationship list. And we received an award for Inc.'s Best Workplaces list 2nd year in a row. So the team in the month of March had a really phenomenal month. So those are our top line results.
I think you deserve a round of applause. Those are some really impressive numbers. Great job. Amazing. Well, that brings us to the end of our agenda, and we are a few minutes early, so we can wrap unless there's anything else that you want to brag about, any other wins?
I just want to ask Natasha a question. Is this the first time you've led in share of voice over GitHub?
No.
Oh,
So we've been tracking this for 5 quarters now. The first 2 quarters we were behind. The third quarter we were ahead. The fourth quarter we were behind because of some of their events. And now in the 5th quarter we're ahead. So 2 out of 5 so far, but yeah. I will say that the ones that we weren't ahead with, so that month of December Q4 we weren't ahead, we were off by like 2%. But the quarter 1 and quarter 2 of last year when we didn't have a PR team, we were at like 28%. So having a dedicated PR team the last 9 months has really increased our share of voice significantly.
that's amazing.
Yeah, they've been huge in lining up opportunities and then making sure that we're super well prepared and making it basically as easy as like confirming you can be available at this time. It's been incredible, super efficient. That's how we've been able to jump on so many of these opportunities and just hammer them out. It's been amazing.
Yeah, no, huge shout out to our PR teams. Our agencies are amazing and on top of everything and so polished and really know their space. We would not be able to achieve this if we weren't able to dedicate solid budget to having them on board.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. This is insane that all this happened in a week.
Pretty incredible, Natasha.
Even in like an ideal world, this is insane.
It really, really is insane. And, I think it's a blessing that we were able to be out there with everything in remote work. I mean, it's a testament, Darren, to all the messaging and documentation that you've created over the last 9 months that we were able to really jump on this. And timing for us was really everything. I mean, a lot of the business press increase that we had at that 55% was due to the remote work messaging, and same with our global numbers. It was due to remote work. So I mean, I think that those numbers also reflect the amount of people that are reading our articles that we may be touching.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, well, we're going to run out of time, and I want to have time to do a quick round of shout outs to anybody else who helped this week that we want to make sure gets recognized. So I'll shout out really quick to Dara. Dara runs marketing ops, and I'm running the Boring Project, and then she's working on virtual events, and I'm in corporate marketing, so we kind of have a lot of crossover. So she's been really awesome at just kind of communicating what's going on, and it just feels good to get to kind of like dip your toe into someone else's area of expertise, and her team's been amazing. So I just want to shout out to her and all her support. Who's next? Shout outs.
Cool. I'll go next. I want to shout out to Brandon Young. He's VP of Alliances. We've been on a couple of webcasts now about remote work, and everyone gets better and more fun and more entertaining and more germane to the audience. So I appreciate the collaboration, Brandon.
Anyone else have a shout out?
I want to shout out to
wait, you go.
Oh, sorry. To Brendan O'Leary. He really filled in and did a lot of media opportunities around the Get 15 anniversary. So I think we're up to 10 plus articles or interviews around this anniversary, which is really huge for us. And he's made himself available. And some days he's on 2 to 3 media interviews, filling out Q&A documents for email interviews. So Brendan O'Leary, thank you so much. You are killing it on that front.
Here, here. We did a joint interview yesterday, and he was amazing.
Go ahead, Emily.
Oh, I just wanted to give a shout out to Emily Shario. Like, we decided basically yesterday that the new contribute's going to be the 23rd, and she already turned around a deck for Sid's challenge. So that was really amazing and quick moving. So.
Lastly, I'll just shout out to Erica Flowers really quick, who is working on pushing forward a ton of projects in all kinds of different areas. It's just working really hard to be a good partner and collaborator on GitLab TV and virtual events and all of the things. So
Awesome. Hey, Christina, it's great to have you here. Thanks for coming to our meetings.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone, have an
Absolutely.
amazing weekend. Have these 2 minutes back and have a great Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. It's a holiday. Bye.